Hi, my name is Marietta Mahani, and this week we're doing an aqua tip using one dumbbell. Now what we'll be doing is a combination. We're going to do a cross kick on one leg. So it's in front, out to the side, cross behind, out to the side. We're holding the dumbbell and we're going to hold it this way in the water, and it moves in the opposite direction to where the leg is going. Now there's actually three ways that you can do this. The grounded one, so you've got your left foot on the bottom of the pool. It's quite challenging, especially on the right leg. Inner thigh, quads, hamstrings. Yeah, challenging exercise. Now, the second way you can do it is with a rebound. So now I'm hopping here, and that's actually a little bit easier. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Push, up, out, up, side. And then you can also do what's called a hitch, where this knee comes up. Here we go. Out, front, out, back, out. So you're really hopping, and this is the most demanding. Boom. That got my heart rate up. So once you added the big hitch, and you try and lift that knee up as well, yeah, that got more challenging because now this leg is also working. Very good, very, very good. Now, of course, this is a one-sided movement pattern. The key thing here, though, is when they cross the leg in front, you want the body to stay facing forwards, and as they cross to the back, the body will actually turn. So you're crossing in front, your body's facing forwards, but when you cross to the back, you allow the body to rotate to the side and then out, because it's awkward to do it this way. This doesn't feel good on your back, right? So allow the body to rotate and side. Front, side, back, side. That knee lifts and bends and extends out as you kick across and as you kick to the side. Great little brain trainer. Some of your clients will find that a little bit challenging. And you have three different movement options. They're all very, very different for you to pick and choose as to what you want to use in your classes. And that is this week's aqua tip. All right, Russell and I are going to show you how to do that crossover kick to the side in the three different versions that I did in the water. Now the first version is actually not that difficult. It requires a little bit of balance on land, because basically all you're doing is keeping this foot on the bottom of the pool or on the ground and kicking the opposite leg. Now you can hold the dumbbell here, and then you're just doing the arm action in the opposite direction. Remember that the body has to turn when the foot crosses over behind. So the body needs to face the dumbbell on that diagonal. Push out to the side, the body turns this way. Cross over, your body stays facing forwards, and then kick out to the side and you're back to facing the side. So your torso, when you're demonstrating and you're teaching, you need to explain that people will be moving around. Now you are weight bearing on one leg, and if you do not have any physical limitations, that's going to be doable. But if you do have a physical limitation, my recommendation is to use a chair to support you, or if you've got an aqua frame, then you can quite easily just use the aqua frame just behind you. I've got my hands on the frame and kick to the side, take it back, kick to the side. It's just there to support you, and then you go ahead and add the arms. Now when we add the hop, it changes the exercise, as I mentioned, in the water, and it makes it a little bit easier. And to to a certain degree, it actually makes it a little bit easier to demonstrate on land as well, because you don't need the balance as much. So crossover, kick out, crossover, kick out. Now, of course, it requires a bit of lower body strength, and you saw me moving around a little bit. So if you want to, you can use the chair. I'll show you the chair option first. So you're sitting in the chair and you ask the people to hop, but it's awkward, right? It's not the easiest way to demonstrate, but it can be done if that's all you've got. The tricky part is when you cross the leg behind, when you're sitting down, you have a tendency to keep facing to the front. So you've got to make sure that you teach people to turn to look to the opposite diagonal. I often talk about look to the corners or look to the side of the pool. Even though they won't actually turn that far, they're attempting to go to that side. So look to this side of the pool, look to that side of the pool, the shallow end, the deep end, whatever you call it. Now, if you're using the frame though, my recommendation is to flip the frame around and you're here. And so what you do is you cross, kick, cross, kick, cross, kick, cross, kick. And with the frame, you just support your body, and you can definitely demonstrate the tucking part, and then you demonstrate the arms that go with it. Now, of course, the hitch kick is the most challenging one, and clearly you need something to help you demonstrate that. So the hitch kick, the frame is the best tool to use. So with the hitch kick, you just support yourself on the frame so your arms stiffen, and then you kick out, you hitch up, you hitch up. So you're hitching up, hitching up, hitching up, hitching up, and you're trying to bring that knee up high. Now, you can also demonstrate it here, which requires a little bit less physical strength because I'm now sitting on the back of the frame, and you're crossing and out and crossing and out. So I'm using the back of the frame, I'm sitting on it to help me with lifting this knee up. But I would recommend that you go through the grounded one first, because that's strength-based. Add the hop, which will help start lifting the heart rate. It makes it a little bit easier, but then exaggerate the hop and tell the class, especially if you're using a chair and you don't have a frame, then you can say, okay, for those who want to work really hard, instead of just bouncing on this leg, I want you to really pull that knee so your knee is hitching up. And you can demonstrate the front part. Of course, demonstrating the back part's weird. And then out. But you can use the chair. Of course, we've got to use the tools that we can, because we're on a gravity-based environment and we don't have buoyancy. And that is this week's Aqua Tip.